run, 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 run.
We were working on what was supposed to be a little EP that L had to do. And I was like, man, fuck it, I'll come up and rock with you. Came up, we did like 4 or 5 jams together. We sent it to our friend Jason DeMarco and our friend Taco, who co-produced on this record. And they were like, y'all crazy, y'all gotta do it as a group. So we were like, oh man, we should do something that's like an homage to the classic rap group as we love it. L had Title Run the Jewels in his head for a project or something for a while. He said, let's call it Run the Jewels. I took a night to think about it, came back like, hell yeah, shit's dope as fuck. He sent the logo, like he sent his hands into the artist Nick Gazin, came back with a dope ass logo, and we had what we thought was an homage to a raw rap group in Run the Jewels 1. We went out and had a successful tour, and halfway through that tour, kids were like, where's Run the Jewels 2? And that's when we realized, oh shit, we're a real rap group. And here we are, that's history.
You agree?
I'll let you know when I disagree.
Okay.
Like, we worked really hard on the records.
But personality-wise, we became friends really easy, and we stayed friends really easy.
Yeah, it's easy to be it's easy to be fans of each other. It's easy to be friends with each other. It's easy to tour with each other. And there's magic in the studio, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. Like, we are first and foremost, we're just fucking musicians. And when you find somebody where like you know, our drug is that shit, you know, that magic, and like you do it, you know, it's like any drug. If you do it the first time, a lot of times you keep chasing that fucking drug, but you don't get the raw shit. And but you know it when you have it. You know what I mean? And we knew pretty quickly, really, even dating back to like working on his record, or even doing like Butane or doing like Tougher Call the Killer. We knew that we liked rapping with each other. Like, we knew that it shit sounded dope. Like, we complimented each other's styles just from those 2 jams even. And so yeah, it just sort of happened. It was pretty organic.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do. That's the only way we work. We only work together.
Okay.
When we work, yeah. So.
When we write, we're always together.
Yeah. That's the way groups are supposed to do it. And,
so you like feed off one another.
Exactly. We won't have it any other way. He
you
lives
live
in
New
Brooklyn.
York,
I live in Atlanta, and it's both on the East Coast, so it's only like a 2-hour flight from each other. And I end up spending a lot more time in Brooklyn. He comes down to Atlanta, and we hang out. Like, we're friends, so we're friends. Our girls know each other. Everybody's like, you know, it's just family reunion whenever we're together. Like when we recorded Rap Music 2. We were off in a cabin together.
Run the Jewels.
I mean, I'm sorry, when we recorded Run the Jewels 2.
No, we didn't do Rap Music 2 yet.
Not yet. We did and then tell you.
Unless I was so high.
Yeah. But we all went and lived in a house together, you know what I mean? Just everybody, you know, the associate producers, his wife's baby, my wife, our friends, just all live together. So we get together, create a vibe, and knock shit out.
Meow.
Meow the Jews. Mule the Jews. Mule the Jews. A bunch of jackasses.
Well, it was a joke. Meow the Jewels is a joke. I was high.
Fuck.
And we had to do the album like pre-order packages, you know, and it's always like really boring, you know. It's always like, hey, for this price, get the CD and a sticker
and a lighter
and a thing, you know, and it's just, and you know, it's part of the business. But I was so bored with it that I was like, well, let me just keep growing, and I kept writing stupid things like Meow the Jewels, which is for $40,000. We'll remix Run the Jewels 2 using nothing but cat sounds for music. Obviously a joke. Who the fuck would pay $40,000 for that? That's ridiculous.
Kid out of Arizona, Slim, took the idea. Sly took the idea, decided to accept the challenge and start raising money. At first, L was like, you know, oh, you're playing, you know, we're just joking. And then he was like, well, I have an idea. You should donate part of the proceeds to the victims of police brutality, in particular Michael Brown and Eric Garner. L and I were like, let's just donate all the proceeds and we can get it up. Other producers like Just Blaze, Nick Hook, Gas Lamp Killer, all just jumped on board, said they were down with it, and fans have gotten it up to what, $65,000? $65,000, so the album is going to happen. A bunch of other producers are jumping on it. I'm probably going to re-rap a fucking Meow verse, and the money is going to go from being a very stupid idea that was done while he was high into a very incredible sentiment of what art can do in terms of helping the social issue. So, you know, bravo for Sly stepping up and making the challenge be worth more than just a dumb idea. Those Sizemore, they've been happening since, you know, since you know, America is.
But we're in overdrive.
Yeah.
Like, cops are in overdrive.
Well, I mean, they're only there in overdrive in terms of showing it.
Yeah. But I mean, just in terms of just like the extreme, like it's right. The flashlight is being shined on an issue that has just been existing in our culture. For
it's been there.
Decades,
it's been there. In Atlanta, 5 years ago, they killed a 90-year-old grandmother. A drug squad paid an informant when they tried to convince a bullshit informant to say he informed them to hit a house that they didn't, and they busted in the house and killed a 90-year-old, an 88-year-old lady. So this is happening. I'm just glad that the media now cannot turn away from it, because people are in the streets from London to the streets of America, you know, to France. I saw France yesterday protesting it because it's wrong, and it's not just America. Globally, municipalities are oppressing people globally, and people are pushing the fuck back. And the proletariat should run the government. The government should not be running the proletariat. So I'm in total solidarity with the protest. Yeah,
Tag the Jewels is an amazing project put together by my manager, Amici Zigwe, and
his beautiful girlfriend.
His girlfriend, Anne, who works with galleries all throughout the world, and they basically put the idea out to artists and said, hey, you know, we'd like to put, you know, we'd like to see your version of this, if this inspires you. You know, there was no money or anything, it was just kind of us saying, if this inspires you, to, you know, express something with this. And, you know, we expected some people to react, we expected something, but we didn't expect
every continent except Antarctica.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, all over the fucking world at the same time, people, writers, beautiful artists, and we're putting up, you know, this in their way, and their interpretation of Run the Jewels and what Run the Jewels meant. And it was very moving. It was very moving to both of us, because we're both fans of graffiti, we're both fans of art, we both, you know, admire very much artists, and grew up, you know, for me personally, I grew up taking the subways when they were covered in graffiti, you know. I grew up seeing the trains pull over the bridge, like, you know, Bomb used to sit up on rooftops and smoke once and drink 40s and watch them as they came. It was, you know, so I learned a lot about what hip hop meant to me, you know, through the ethos and the ideas of graffiti writers, you know, the idea of style and expression, and about never wanting to do the same thing twice, and never wanting to, you know, always wanting to contribute to an art form, not just facsimilate, you know, something that's already been, you know, approached. And so it was. I don't know. I mean, I was blown away by it. It was amazing to me. It was like, holy shit, there's a fucking Run the Jewels mural in Dubai. Like, there's a fucking Run the Jewels mural in
every continent except
every continent, multiple continents. Yeah,
that's amazing. Critics loved our solo stuff. I think that.
I mean, we definitely.
Yeah, we came in critically acclaimed babies. We came in critical darlings. I think that what happens is us bringing both two audiences and then a new audience coming. I think that the numbers are reflective of what the critics have been saying over 10 years for me and over 20 years for Elle, that these guys deserve the attention and they deserve a bigger platform in hip-hop. And, you know, it's some Justice League shit. We hooked up and the platform has expanded, and we're very thankful not only to the critics that have supported us, but thankful for the audience that are actually proving what they thought to be true.
We're very humbled by the reaction to the music. And, you know, any artist who does this professionally is lying if they tell you that they wouldn't be excited to get the type of response that we're getting. I mean, we aren't new to this, and it's not something that we necessarily expect, you know, but the thing that really, at the end of the day, really means the most is that the audience has grown. You know, the people coming to the shows are really freaking out at the shows, you know? And when you get that sort of visceral, you know, reaction, those are the people that, at the end of the day, they're the ones who you're gonna see, you know? But yeah, man, you know, it's been amazing. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better response to the record, and everything that we tried, I think, to do on this record seems to have come across. Like, people seem to really get what we were trying to do on it, and that's something that I'm the most grateful for, because we worked really hard on it. Like, we really struggled with it at times. Like, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make this record better than the last record, and to make it mean more to us, you know, than the last record. And the last record we love, man. We toured that shit for a straight year. This record means more to us because we fought harder for it creatively, you know. And so to have that type of love, to have people say, yeah, this shit is worth paying attention to, it means something. It does. It does. And you know, which is not to say that people who are being ignored aren't making great records either, you know? There are people who are making beautiful music that don't get the type of attention, but, you know, that is what it is, you know? I mean, it's for us, we're just very much like, we are who we are, man. We've been doing this shit long enough that our heads aren't gonna get like this or that, you know what I mean? It's like, we're doing
grateful for the opportunity to bring dope music to you.
Yeah, man, we look at it like, man, maybe we get another 10 years out of this fucking shit. We love doing this music, you know? So it's great, man. In the business, it's great that motherfuckers are paying attention because all it means is that we get to fucking cheat life for another decade. We get to cheat the system out of another fucking like worker, you know? I don't want to sit in a goddamn office, and I don't think I'm even capable. So thank fucking God that people like this shit.
Love. We out. A year and a half for who the fuck knows, man. We got to tour this bitch a whole year. We'll let you know we'll let you know next summer. Peace.
We just dropped this shit 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we're about to tour the world. We're gonna tour the world for the next year, but we're gonna make music during that time.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's gonna come. I mean, you know, hopefully, if I had to guess, I would say by the end of 2016, if we can make, or I mean by the beginning of 2016. That would be probably what I'm guessing, but maybe earlier, I don't know.
Run, 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 run.